Well, what is up? What is up? I find myself back again with more to say. Um, I just keep watching all this crap going down, and at this point, it's just one of those moments where there's just so much going on that needs to be talked about and needs to be said. Um, the fact that we live in a world that is basically full of victim culture. I mean, people basically want to walk out and protest and put themselves in the line of fire and get themselves killed and actually accomplish nothing because they're basically making themselves martyrs over and over and over again. And nothing changes because look at how many people have died in the last year at the hands of ICE. Whether it's the ones that have outright been brutally murdered lately on video, or if it's the guy that was strangled where they've got witnesses and they tried to deport them, or it's the people that have been deported and never heard from again. This has been going on for a year. Who knows how many people they have killed? But people want to sit back and let's do this peacefully. Let the politicians do it. You're making yourself a victim because, plain and simple, even freaking Gandhi knew sometimes there is no alternative but to back up against the wall and fight your way out because that corner that you walked yourself into ain't going nowhere. So, unless you want to be a victim, back into that corner, you know? That brings me to another point talking about freaking politicians and thinking that someone's going to come and freaking save you and that peaceful freaking protesting is going to save you. Look at what happened with Alex Pretty. He was smart enough to be safe. He was smart enough to be armed. But he walked into a situation and made himself a victim where he gets mobbed by half a dozen guys, disarmed, and then gets a clip dumped in him after being disarmed while being mobbed. I'm sorry that it sounds cold and callous, but yes, the guy had great intentions. Yes, he will be a martyr. Yes, people will remember him for defending people and doing what was right. But the simple fact of the matter is trying to do what he was doing put himself and everyone else that was there in danger. Because what good are you going to do against people like them? I grew up in the hood in Los Angeles. Those guys, they looked like they were jumping a fucking rival gang member, is what that looked like. It looked like he was getting mobbed by the fucking rival gang. They fucking snatched his weapon and then they fucking dusted his ass. They dumped a clip in him. And you could tell that they weren't trained because the moment one of their own started firing, he fucking had everybody scatter like cockroaches because they did not know how to react to the gunshots. The other thing is there was no training in the way that he shot because the guy had already been disarmed. That should have never happened. Period. End of sentence. And so, that brings me to the whole thing of the phallus, another point that I was going to make. So I've got a list here again. I I have all due respect for the dude, but he foolishly put himself in harm's way. That could have been a whole different situation. But the sad fact of the matter is it no matter what, ICE was going to do something like that to somebody like him. Because when a gang of thugs is going to run around, a gang of thugs is going to do what a gang of thugs is going to do. And that's all ICE is. ICE, the cops, they're just freaking a gang with some form of fucking pompous fucking title that doesn't mean a thing. Because a normal person like me trying to defend my home catches a charge from when I've had a drug addict freaking tweaker threaten me for over a year. You know? It's amazing how someone can sit and threaten to kill you, burn your house down, drag it out behind their truck with it on fire and you and your pets inside. But I catch a charge for defending myself from someone that does that to me for over a year. What a fucking country we live in. And that brings me to another thing with this whole thing with victim culture. These motherfucking people bitch about how many guns are out there, and then they go and march themselves into the line of fire and become a victim because they're too stupid to arm themselves and defend themselves and need someone like Pretty to be their fucking knight in shining armor to show up and defend them. What good does it do when you're standing there being a victim and need to be rescued, making further problems? That is just stupid in my opinion. And that's something else that I see fucking so many people standing there with their cell phones filming it when they could out there doing something. Do you think that those half a dozen goons would have been as quick to shoot him if there was 50 people standing there waiting to fucking go after them the moment that they fucking scattered like cockroaches? No. But because everybody's fucking filming and standing there, ooh, shame, 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 shame. What good does that do when there's someone dead and bleeding in the street now? Seriously, what good did that do? Another person died senselessly. It's just disgusting. It is absolutely freaking disgusting. And one of the last things that just drives me nuts that I keep seeing from people, whether it's the whole fucking concept of fucking MAGA with Make America Great Again, or, you know, this country used to be great, what happened to us, or we're gonna move on and be so much better and improved. I'm 49 going on 50. I was born in 1976. That was basically what, like, less than 10 years after civil rights happened? What was it, 65, 68? You know what I'm saying? So, within a fucking decade of civil rights happening, I come up, and even when I was old enough to start remembering shit in the late 70s and early 80s, I could remember the bigot culture and the fucking good old boy network and the racism that was prevalent throughout this country from the day it was founded. Let's not forget that this country was founded by rich European descendants that owned slaves and basically just wanted to cut the fucking middleman out and start fucking doing business themselves. That's exactly what this fucking country was founded on. Because the moment that they fucking seized power, they fucking expanded. Trail of Tears fucking happened. They killed every fucking native they could get in sight. Because they knew the more that they fucking killed, the better they had for taking the fucking land. It's that simple. beat them into submission, take what they have. This is the law of the world that's been going for centuries. And do you think that these fucking Christians are going to change? They've been trained to be this way for over 2,000 years. They have murdered, pillaged, and taken everything they want. Ain't shit gonna change. Learn to defend yourselves or die. And you people aren't even ready for what's gonna come besides the fucking shit to come with the calamity of fighting the bigots. Because whether people want to admit it or not, fucking climate change is real. Look at this storm that's basically fucking 2/3 of the fucking United States. One big giant fucking snowstorm. That ain't fucking normal, people. It ain't fucking normal. Shit like this ain't happened in my fucking lifetime. Open your fucking eyes. Shit's changing. So, get ready. Fucking Mad Max. The world is about to fucking turn to shit, whether people want to fucking admit it, realize it, whatever. Do some fucking study and learn something, people. Enjoy what's left of fucking civilization, because it ain't gonna last long.